Hey, beetles and butterflies. I hope that you're flapping your wings on today. Happy Friday. Yes, honey. Flap, 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 baby. Flap, flap. So, welcome to another episode of Five Times Wifed podcast. I am your host, Cheron K. Griffin. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do. Thank you for those who are already subscribed, and thank you for the people who are watching. Flap, flap, okay? So, this question comes from Karma, and it's big, so I don't need on my glasses, okay? So, this question comes from Karma in the Philadelphia area. And Karma's question is this: how do you navigate individual growth while you're in a relationship? Again, the question is, how do you navigate individual growth while you're in a relationship? So, I need to come to the mic for this. So, you have to look at a relationship like this. You're an individual first, right? Before you even got into the relationship. So when you get into a relationship, you definitely cannot forget about self, right? Because self-love is the best love, okay? And when you love yourself, you actually have more love to give to yourself, to the individual who's loving you, the one that you're in a relationship with, your children, your community, so many entities, okay? So, self-love is the best love. So, do not, men and women, forget about yourself in a relationship. Why? Because if that relationship ends, it's still you. And unfortunately, so many women, okay, so many women tend to get in relationships and they forget about self. They forget about their dreams. They forget about their goals. They forget about their education. And then they cater, give to this individual, right? Who at the end of the day, who's living their best life, they're living in their dreams, they're accomplishing their goals, like all of that, right? And then there's the woman, right? She's there, she's having his children, and don't get me wrong, having children are great. I have three wonderful children. Actually, I have eight. My husband has five. I have three. Flat, flat. So I have eight, right? But I have three of my own children, right? And initially, I was starting to forget about self. But then I thought about it. No way, no how, because at the end of the day, if the marriage or the relationship doesn't last, at least you still have your goals you've accomplished. You have your dreams that you're living, and you're living your best life. You can survive. You have your education, right? I know women who actually forgot about self, didn't go to school like they had thought or wanted to do. And then at the end of the day, after the divorce, all that kind of stuff, guess what, baby? No education, single mom, and just not living their best life, and really had to depend on other individuals. So, self-love is the best love, right? And you're an individual first. And when you're in that relationship, right, you grow together, you build together, right? And one thing I know and love about men is that men, they value a woman who has her thing, has her shit going on, right? He values a woman who's bringing something to the table. Um, Realistically, a lot of men say, oh, I'm gonna say back in the day, they wanted a woman to stay home, they wanted to provide. But then you have to ask yourself, as a woman, at what cost? Am I staying at home for you to treat me like shit? Am I staying at home for you to verbally abuse me? Am I staying at home so that you can financially abuse me and tell me I'm nothing without you? Because unfortunately, there are men out there that literally do that, right? They want you home. And really, what it's about is not about loving you, but it's about controlling the narrative, to putting their thumb on your neck where you literally cannot move. So, as a couple, right? Don't lose yourself in the identity of the other person. So for the man, don't lose your identity in the woman that you're with, right? If it's a celebrity woman, you know, someone of high value, don't lose yourself. So men, I have to warn you this, right? I know the narrative these days are women are more educated, they're bringing more to the table, they have their houses, they have their cars and all that kind of stuff, and I get that and I love that, right? But as a man, when you move into her house, a lot of times you are at her beck and call. um a lot of times, and unfortunately, what the woman will do after a while, you're not providing. And that's why men need to be providers, because it takes a strong woman to enter into a relationship where she's making a lot more money than he's making, right? Because again, this woman, a lot of times, if she tells you to jump, you better say how high. Because that's just the narrative of the situation. And that's why I said it takes a very special woman to be the provider of the household, right? So, men, when you enter into a relationship, right, it's so very important that, in my opinion, you get someone on your level, right? Someone that you can potentially provide for it. That's two. Or someone that's so secure in themselves that they're not going to diminish and demolish you with their words because you're not providing and she is. Okay? So men, do not lose yourself in a relationship either. It's very, very, very important for you to have your own identity, your own goals, and then you have goals together, right? As husband and wife, or in a relationship, you have your goals together. That's also very, 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 very important, right? That you don't forget about self, you don't forget about your goals. Because men, say if you're staying home with the kids, you put your dreams down, right? And it might be okay for a season, right, while she's doing her thing, getting her education, climbing the corporate ladder, so that you all could be better. But once she gets there, it's time for you to establish yourself and your education and your dreams and your goals, and vice versa, from the man being the provider, and the woman is actually the one, at home rearing the kids, or supporting him while he's getting his education. Relationships take two, right? Relationship, I relate to you, you relate to me, we communicate, we talk about anything and everything, even the things that hurt, even the pain points, right? And we all have these different pain points here and there, right? Growing pains, trauma pains from the past, PTSD, environmental pains, all of that, right? But at the end of the day, after the communication, after the growing together is on the road, do not forget about yourself. So Karma from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Again, your question was, how do you navigate individual growth while you're in a relationship? You keep moving forward. You keep moving forward with your dreams, with your goals, with your success. Because at the end of the day, when he looks at you, right, and you're thriving and you're doing, a secure man is going to be like, she mine right there. Like, I watched her grow. She's doing her thing. She's adding value to the relationship. She's adding value to the community. She's adding value to our children. She's adding value, right? Because everyone wants to be with someone who's adding value. Okay? They don't want to be with someone who's just there. Take, 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 take. So let me tell you, y'all, flat, right? While this individual is on a roll and doing their own thing, it is so very important for you to give and show support. Even if you don't believe in a dream, talk to your therapist. I'm telling you, do not tell the man, do not tell the woman their dream, their goals, their educational endeavors are silly. Do not do that. That's one way to actually break up the relationship. Okay, because support goes a long way. I can't just support you and you not support me, right? So even if you think it's silly, just, baby, you can do it, right? Honey, I got your back. And if you need to go and talk to your therapist about it, talk to your therapist, but do not clown. Do not make fun of your wife or your husband or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or the person you're in a relationship with. Do not make fun of what they want to do. That thing is God-given, right? It's something that was given to them from the Creator, and how dare you make fun of it when they're just trying to do what's in their spirit. Okay, so whether it's start a podcast, write a book, and add assistance. If they need you to take pictures sometime, if they need you, whatever it is, just do it. Do videos, whatever it is, to encourage them. Encouragement isn't always monetary. Okay, I want to say that encouragement isn't always monetary. Sometimes we just need a cheerleader. We need someone to say, hey, you can make it. Hey, I got you, right? So flap, I hope that you are learning something, beetles and butterflies, from this, because what I'm telling you could save your relationship. It could save you your marriage. It could save you pain, right? Because when we know better, we do better. And this is a time for you to grow. So I am your girl, Cheron K. Griffin, a.k.a. Madam Butterfly, flapping my wings all around the world, from Africa to the U.S. to Asia and everywhere else, Alaska, everywhere, right? Because I want you to grow. I want you to know, and I want you to get it. So I hope that out of this podcast that you have actually learned 5 things that can help you be a better version of yourself individually and in your relationships. Have a blessed and wonderful Friday. Flap, y'all. Flap. Woohoo. Love you guys. Again, make sure that you like this podcast. Make sure you subscribe. And make sure you share it, okay? Because sharing goes a long way. And we want to beat the algorithm. We want to beat the algorithm, y'all. Love you. Flap.